guys, today for Phonics and Language, I want you to practice phonics charts 8 and 9. Then come back to this video and we're going to talk about something that you've heard before, but now we're going to actually talk about how to make those words. So, today we're going to talk about comparing nouns. When we have two nouns and we want to see how they're alike or not alike, we are going to compare them and use words to explain that. So, because we're talking about the details of those nouns, we're actually going to use adjectives, and we change the adjectives slightly when we're talking about them. So, let's start with, I have a little cup, and I have this other cup. So when you look at these two, which of these two cups is bigger? If you look carefully, this one's bigger. And which is smaller? Well, if this one's bigger, this one's smaller. So, what special sound do you hear at the end of the adjectives bigger and smaller? You hear and bigger. E-R, and bigger. That's the special sound. That's one of the special sounds we're going to use today. And when we compare two nouns, we add the suffix er to the end of the adjective. It is a suffix, and bigger. It's a suffix, so it's added to a root word. It's not just a special sound that we memorize all on its own. It's a suffix that's added to the end of a root word. So the word's already there. We're just changing it slightly to make it more of that thing. So we add to the end. Now, we're going to continue practicing. But if we add in another cup, now we have three things. It's a little bit different. We have we'll just say it's a big cup. We have a bigger cup. This one, if we have a third item, it would be the biggest cup. So we add the suffix est, est in biggest, which is another special sound we've memorized, est in biggest, for the third item that we're comparing. Now, if we were going to go backwards, it would be the same thing. So if we were going to say in the word small, this would be small, smaller, and smallest cup. So that's how we use words to compare. We change the words according to the suffix rules. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Over here, I have three adjectives that we're going to change. These are adjectives. Adjectives tell us about nouns. They are describing words that explain more detail about nouns. So I'm going to take the root word. These are all root words. I'm going to take the root word, dark, and I'm going to add the suffix er. Because dark ends in a K, I'm just going to add the suffix right on the end, darker. And then I would do the same thing for est. So I write my root word, dark, and it ends in a consonant, so I'm going to just add my suffix ending, dark est. So, same thing we do for the next one, but this one has to follow that other suffix rule. This suffix rule is if it's a short vowel with one consonant after it, then we're going to add a suffix with a vowel sound. So we're adding, it has an E first. We're going to double the consonant before adding the ending. So we write W-E-T, and I'm going to show you, I actually am going to double the consonant and then add the ending. wetter, wetter. Okay, then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna add est. So I start with the root word again. It's still a short vowel with one consonant. This one was a short vowel, but it had two consonants. This one's a short vowel with one consonant, and we're adding an ending with a vowel at the beginning. So we double the consonant and then add the ending est, wettest. Now this one, happy, follows a different suffix rule. Happy, it ends in a Y. So we change the Y before adding the ending that starts with a vowel. So happy turns into H-A-P-P. I change the Y to an I. And then add the ending E-R. And it turns into happier. Same thing when we add est, because it also starts with a vowel and it's still a root word that ends with a Y. So it's H-A-P-P, I-E-S-T, happiest. So we have dark, darker, darkest. That follows the normal rules because it's a short vowel and two consonants, so we just add the ending right on the end. Wet is a short vowel with one consonant on the end, so we must double the consonant before adding the ending with a vowel. Wet, wetter, wettest. Happy ends in a Y, so we have to change the Y to an I before adding the ending that starts with a vowel. Happy, happier, happiest. That's how we change our adjectives to comparing words. When we are comparing two, we use and bigger. When we're comparing three or more things, we use est and biggest. Now, let's look at our phonics and language book. Let's look at our phonics and language page 273. At the top, it's a reminder of what I went over with you today of all the suffix spelling rules. So I want you to read over that again to remind yourself before you start working on this page. Then section 1 says read the sentences. Write the correct adjective in the blank. So if you are comparing two things, you're going to add to that adjective. If you're comparing three or more things, you're going to add est to that adjective. When you're comparing things, if you're talking about the most in the world, that would be more than three things. The most clouds in the world, you know there's more than 3 clouds. If you're comparing the most pillows in your house, I'm assuming you have more than 3 pillows in your house. If it's the most, then you're going to use est. And then section 2, they give you the words and you're going to do exactly what I did here, a chart like this. So they give you 3 adjectives. You're going to add er to the end to those words, and then you're going to add est. Make sure you follow these 3 different rules. They're very important. Then you're on to dictation. I'm going to say a sentence, and at the end, I'm going to tell you what words to fill in the blanks for these lines. I'm going to actually give you some words that are comparing words that gradually get more of something, but they aren't exactly you don't add er and est, they actually change words. So listen carefully. Aaron is practicing his cursive writing. On his first test, he did a good job. Write good job. right? Good job. The second one, on his next test, he did a gooder job? No, that's not right. What would I say? He did a better job, right? Better job. Better job. And the last one, on his last test, he did the goodest job he has ever done. That's not right. What would I say? He did the best job he's ever done, right? Best job. Best job. Okay, moving on to the back, page 274. Section 1 says write the words under the contractions. So it gives you the contraction, and you need to write the 2 words that contraction came from for all 6 of those. Then, section 2, write may or can. You have to decide when to use the word may and when to use the word can. May is asking for permission. Can is talking about the ability to do it if you are able to do that thing. Section 3, write a predicate part for each sentence. They give you the subject of the sentence. You get to finish the sentence however you want as long as it makes sense. There's 2 of those. On section 4, you're going to write the subject part of the sentence. This time they give you the ending and you get to pick who or what the sentence is about. So that goes at the beginning of those 2 sentences. And section 5, mark the sentence, diagram the sentence. So you're going to underline the subject once, the verb twice, split the sentence between subject and predicate, and then write those 2 words on the line. The subject on the left, the verb on the right. Let me know if you have any questions. That's it for Phonics and Language. Bye.